Joining me now is the Democratic Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Last year, she served as an impeachment manager during the second impeachment of Donald Trump. Congresswoman, thank you so much. On Friday, Donald Trump appeared at the Faith and Freedom Conference in Nashville. It was his first on-camera remarks since the January 6 hearings began. Let's take a quick listen to what he had to say and come back on the back end of that.
Mike did not have the courage to act. Bill Barr was afraid of certain things, and you know what they were? Please don't impeach me. Don't impeach me, Bill Barr. Please. I said, what's wrong with being impeached? I got impeached twice, and my poll numbers went up.
What's wrong with being impeached? You know, all right. As a former impeachment manager, I'm just curious. What is your reaction to that comment?
Well, you know, I think that he, of course, lives in the now and lives for his own pecuniary gain rather than for the American people. And any individual would be aghast at the thought of being impeached, it being said that they were trying to dismantle this democracy. But, you know, Donald Trump is not interested in our democracy. He's interested in power, interested in, as we've seen, creating a slush fund from the big lie for his own monetary gain. So, of course, he's not going to be upset about that.
Fair enough. The man does not do well with shame. Now, during the speech, the former president also suggested that the videos and testimonies on from the January 6 panel were chopped up, selectively edited. That's just sort of what he does. But I have a question. Do you believe it would behoove the committee to simply release all of their primary materials, transcripts, documents, research, whatever it has, when it formally concludes, to essentially undercut any complaints from Trump and his allies?
Well, I think aside from privacy issues or any that might be there legally that would restrain them from doing that, I believe that the committee has said that at the conclusion of their investigation, they would be releasing quite a bit of the documents. You know, you were in a discussion about the Department of Justice. Remember that the January 6th committee is still doing its own due diligence and investigation. They're just now saying that they're calling Ginny Thomas. They are still collecting information. And so I think their thought is, rather than compromise that, they would rather have waited to give everything to the Justice Department. And it's not as if the Justice Department doesn't have subpoena powers on its own, is able to get documents in a much more rapid fashion than the January 6th Select Committee. And so I know that they're going to work this agreement out. And, you know, it's my hope that the Justice Department does its job. And that job is to investigate and, when necessary, bring charges against individuals, whomever they may be, that have broken the law in this country and that have put our democracy in jeopardy.
Now, you know, among the new evidence that the committee has released this past week was a video of a colleague of yours, Georgia Congressman Barry Loudermilk, leading a tour of the Capitol on January 5th, the day before the riot. At least one of the men on that tour attended the January 6th rally the following day. Were you aware of this video before it became public?
I was not aware of the video before it was released. You know, it's very disturbing to me. And I think what's even more disturbing is the change in my colleague's argument as to what he was and was not doing, recalling that, one, individuals were not allowed in the Capitol during that time because of the pandemic. The fact that first he said that he did not do a tour, then he said he had a family on a tour, and now we've seen that it's a much larger group of people who are also taking videos, taking pictures of people. Would you not, of your own volition, want to turn that information of who those individuals were over to the proper authorities, knowing that the next day there had been an assault on the Capitol? The fact that he would not be forthcoming in that leads one to question what his own intentions were at the time.
Well, let me stick with that. I mean, it's 18 months since the insurrection. Do you have any lingering concerns about your safety? And, you know, in addition to that, what's it like to work around colleagues who may be linked to people who came to the Capitol on January 6th and rioted?
Well, let's say this first. I have great confidence in the Capitol police officers who are there to protect us. The Democrats, at least, have put up more money, you know, for security, for police at the Capitol to ensure that they have the resources that are necessary to keep us, those men and women held the line against mobs for hours. So I don't doubt their ability to protect us. And I think that most of my colleagues are coming to Washington to do what's right for people who want to sit and work. But, there are quite a number of individuals on the right who will do anything to stay within the good graces of Donald Trump and stay in the good graces of what they call the base, many of whom have white supremacist, racist, anti-Semitic, anti-American sentiments. And that is the more disturbing part.
All right, Democratic Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett, thank you.
Sam, can I just say, I'm so sorry. It's Father's Day, and if I don't give a shout out to my own father, Leroy, I will be, that would be not a good
criminal. You have to do it, of course.
And of course to my husband and my own son, Ariel, who just became a father. So blessings and love all of you.
Congratulations. Yes, this is going to be a repeated feature of this show. We will shout out fathers throughout the 2-hour broadcast. Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett, thank you so much. Congrats to your son on becoming a father.